Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, sir.
Good morning, students.
Morning, sir.
How are you today?
Inshallah, fine, sir.
Okay, very good. So, before we start our lesson today, we wish other students who are not joining today, they will be fine, nothing happened, and then we keep our self healthy and safe. Okay, and let's recite al basmalah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Okay, so today we're going to continue to the next. So the topic for the class for our semester is done already. So now we have what we call an additions. We're going to study about Toefl today. Yeah. Because so last week we were talking about how to do listening, the tips or the strategies of answering listening in Toefl class. So today we're going to study about structure. We will continue about structure. Well, I'd like to continue the listening, but the problem is we cannot connect it. We cannot be connected with the speaker here on Zoom. So I don't know how to do that because I don't find the application how to connect the listening. So now we're going to continue to the structure. Okay. So, but before that, so I'd like to introduce the learning objective of our lesson today. At the end of the class, you will be able to identify the subject and object in a sentence. It seems very simple, but sometimes it may be a bit tricky. Yeah, when you are doing the question, when you are answering the question, TOEFL question, sometimes the subject and object is very tricky and it's not that simple. But it looks simple, but sometimes it's not that simple. Okay. And then number two, you will be able to use a subject and object in a sentence. And the last, you will be able to create a sentence using subject and object in a form of a positive. Okay, that is the learning objective of our lesson today. So let's start. Okay, now I want you to be active and participate. Okay, first I'd like to give you a clue. Yeah, I have 3 questions here, and then it will be your turn to answer very quick in 1 minute. You have to finish this. But the topic is number 1 is be sure the sentence has a subject and a verb. Yeah. When you are doing the exam, you must be sure that the sentence has a subject and a verb. A sentence in English should have a subject and a verb. Okay, let me explain. When you are when you're writing a sentence in English, yeah, or not only in English, a sentence must have a subject and a subject and a verb. Yeah, be sure that sentence has a subject and a verb. And a sentence in English should have a subject and a verb, and then it's a must. Minimum, it has a subject and a verb, or you can say predicate. Okay. Right. I hope you understand. Here are 3 questions. You have to do that in 1 minute, maybe less than 1 minute or 30 seconds for each question. Okay. We're going to start with number 1. Remember, the topic today, the first problem is, or the first things that we need to learn is subject and a verb. Subject and a verb. Okay. Right. The question number 1. Let me read for you. You can start thinking, right? Then find the answer of this. Number 1, blah, 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 was backed up for miles on a freeway. Blah, 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 was backed up for miles on a freeway. Okay, so now please find the correct answer of this question. Okay, please turn on your microphone and answer. Anyone?
D, sir. Cars.
What is the answer?
D.
Okay.
Cars.
Who's that? Who said?
I
Who
think
said D?
C, sir.
Okay.
Amri, sir. I think D, sir.
Khairul Amri said D, and then okay. What is another? What is other students? Who? Okay. Any other answer? Amri said D. D, yeah, cars, and then other
I think
students.
E, sir. If D, cars, the what is to be shoot where, I think.
Were.
Because
Okay.
it's more than
So what's
one.
your answer then? Is it pretty?
C.
Echa?
Traffic.
Is it Echa?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Oh my
what's your
God.
answer,
Traffic,
Echa?
sir. C.
C. Echa says C. Okay, other students?
Itu, sir.
Who's that? What's your answer?
Ideal, sir. I
Aidil,
answer
what's your
C.
answer, Aidil?
C, sir.
C. Aidil say C. Okay, any other options? Okay, let's talk about that. Right. So that at the beginning I said you must be sure that the sentence has a subject and verb. Okay. Now this question number one: do you find a subject or not? Do you find a subject?
Not, sir.
You don't
No,
find a
sir.
subject. Do you find a verb?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Was.
Yeah, okay. The sentence has a verb, right? But the sentence has, there is something missing here. So the sentence is not complete if there is no subject and verb. Minimum has a subject and a verb. Right. So we got a verb here. The verb, we found the verb here was back up. So this is okay. The verb or the predicate can be passive or can be active. Yeah. The verb can be active and can be passive. Yeah. No matter the verb is passive or the verb is active, it's still predicate or verb. Okay, right. So if you answer A, yesterday was back up for miles on a freeway, is it make sense or not? Is that, do you think yesterday can be a subject here?
No, sir.
No, it is a verb of time, right? It's no, cannot be subject. In the morning also, this is an adverb of time, right? This cannot be a subject too. Okay, C and D are possible to be subject, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, but because it's noun and noun. But the problem is, traffic is singular and cars singular or plural?
Plural.
Plural.
Plural. Okay, what is the sentence? What does the sentence need here? Plural or singular?
Singular,
Singular.
sir.
Why? Why?
Because
Because
was, not
there's
were.
was
Okay,
there.
that's right. This one is was. It is was, right? The verb is singular. Was here. So if you say cars was backed up for miles on the freeway, is okay or not?
No, sir.
No, why?
Because cars is plural.
Cars is plural. That's right. So which is the answer then?
Traffic.
Traffic. It's singular. The traffic was backed up for miles on the freeway. Okay, so now you find the answer now? Yeah, the answer is
C.
C. Okay, very good. Now number two, make it quick.
Are needed, sir.
Are needed? Okay, Amri said B. Any other answer? Or do you agree
Yes,
with
sir.
Amri?
Unneeded. I'm agree with
Because we need verb, sir.
That's right. So what is missing here? The verb. We have a subject or not?
Yes, already, sir.
Yes, sir. We have, sir. Engineers.
Okay, the subject singular or plural?
Plural, sir.
Plurals. Yeah, plural. Yeah, the engineers is plural. So necessary can be, is it verb, necessary verb or not?
No, sir.
No, it's not a verb. Okay. Hopefully, is it verb or not?
No, sir.
No. Next month, is it verb or not?
No, sir.
No. Okay. The only verb here is be. Yeah, are needed. In active or passive?
Active, sir.
Is it
Passive.
passive or active?
Active, sir.
Passive.
Yeah, what does it mean bahasa Indonesia? Engineers are needed for work on the new space.
Dibutuhkan untuk
Ya,
bekerja.
pasif, sir, pasif.
dibutuhkan untuk bekerja di program luar angkasa ya. Okay, right. So this is very simple, right? Because the only verb we have here is only option B, so it's not really confusing you. Yeah. Sometimes if there are more verbs here, that might be confusing. But this one is pretty easy because the only verb or predicate that we have here is option B. Right. So the answer is option B. Right. Number 3.
D, sir.
Will be, sir.
What is the
Sir.
answer?
Will be.
The boy, blah, 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 going to movies with a friend. Okay. So which is the answer?
D, sir.
D, sir.
Be, sir.
D.
Will be.
Okay. What is missing here? Do we have a subject?
Yes, sir. The boy.
Yes, sir.
The boy is the subject. So what is missing here then?
Verb.
So going verb or not? Is it going verb?
Yes.
Ya, but it's not the main verb, right? Ini bukan kata kerja yang dibutuhkan di sini ya, tapi isinya adalah kata what is that? Something must be completed with this ya, yang harus dilengkapi, right? And so the boy, what about he is? Option he is. The boy he is going to the movies with her friend. Does it make sense or not?
Not, sir. Double subject.
Double subject. Very good. That's right. He is going. Okay. B.
Double subject.
Is it double subject? Double subject. That's right. The boy he always was. Okay, that is double subject. C.
Double
Double
verb, sir.
verb, sir.
Double verb. That's very good. Yeah, the boy is relaxing going. Okay. So the correct answer is the boy will be going to the movies with a friend. So what is, if you are talking about the tenses, what is the tenses used here in the sentence? What is the tenses used here in the sentence?
Present perfect, sir.
Is it present perfect? Will be going. Will and then be going. Will, what is it will?
Future.
Future. Be going. Going. Be going.
Present.
Continue.
Continuous, sir.
Continue.
Future
So
continuous.
the tenses is
Future continuous.
future continuous tense. Right. Okay. So I hope you understand. So make sure that every sentence has a subject, must have a subject and verb. Yeah. So the form of the question when you are doing the Toefl in the structure, it will be like this. Not only in the Toefl test, but also other questions. Yeah. So this is the way how to do that. Okay. Sometimes it's very tricky that you have to make sure. All right. This is another. This is some examples. All right. How to find a subject and what is missing in the sentence. The sentence needs a subject or the sentence needs the verb. So you must be sure with that. Okay. I hope you understand. Okay. Can we move to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we move to the next slide now. Okay. Now. Okay. So you have to make sure here, underline the subject. So another exercise here, but it's not, this is not multiple choice, but you have to state, yeah. Underline the subject once in the verb, twice in each of the following sentences. Then indicate if the sentence are correct or incorrect. You understand? Oh, the sentence is correct. Oh, the sentence is incorrect. If the sentence is right, they have said correct, and the sentence is incorrect. So you have to underline the subject and the verb in each of the following sentence. So it is a subject, which is the verb. The sentence is correct or incorrect. Let's start with number A.
Incorrect, sir.
Is it incorrect? Why is it incorrect?
There is no subject there.
There is no subject. Do you find a verb there or not?
Yes, sir.
What is
Yes,
the
sir.
verb?
When?
What is the verb?
When?
Went. Okay, so what should be the sentence? The sentence needs a Need subject. Yeah, the sentence need subject. Last week I went fishing for trout at nearby mountain lake. It's supposed to be like that, or my father, or something like that. Okay, we need a subject here. You got it? Other students, okay? Amri,
Yes, sir. I got
understand?
it. Yes, sir.
Ideal, you
Yes,
got it,
sir.
Ideal? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now B question. Okay, B now. What do you think?
Incorrect, sir.
Correct.
Is it correct or incorrect?
Correct, sir.
Is it correct? Do you
Yes, I
find?
think.
What is the subject of the sentence?
Schedule of the days.
A schedule of the day's event, right?
Events. Yes.
Yeah. So you get. Do you find the verb
Can, sir.
Can be obtained.
can be obtained is the verb. Can be obtained is the verb. So the sentence has a subject and verb. So it's a good sentence or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. Yeah. Now question C. Correct or incorrect? Is it correct or incorrect? Correct or incorrect? Do you find the verb? Do you find a subject here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What is the subject?
A job on the day
Good
safe or the night safe.
Do you find a
Subject.
verb?
At is a verb, sir, or not?
Do you find a verb?
No, sir.
I think no, sir. At it's not
If it labor, what is
There is no verb here. At is preposition. So the sentence has no verb. So the sentence correct or incorrect?
incorrect, sir. Because we need
Incorrect.
verb and subject in a sentence.
Why is it incorrect?
There is no verb, sir.
Because the sentence has no
Verb.
verb. Because the sentence has no verb, right? So the sentence is incorrect, right? We still have a lot of more exercises here, but I'm afraid we cannot finish the whole, yeah, because the time is very limited, and we still have another topic. Okay, I think it will be fine. Okay, you want to do it one more? Or
Yes.
you want to do it one more, or you want to move to the next slide?
Move to the
Just
next
move,
slide, sir. Just move, sir.
Next, sir.
Next slide.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, next slide. Okay, right. So now be careful. Be careful of objects of preposition. So sometimes we have the object is not directly after the verb. Do you know object? What object is? Tahu nggak kalian itu objek itu apa sih? Ya, I think in
So
bahasa
after
Indonesia
verb, sir.
also object ya. Subject, predikat, and object. Yes. I think you don't have
Yes, sir.
a problem with that. Okay, so just the same, yeah, object in Bahasa Indonesia and object in English. All right, so object, be careful of object of preposition. So it's like a phrase noun, ya, ada objeknya, preposition, ada prepositionnya. Object has a preposition. You know prepositions? Do you know prepositions? Kata
keterangan, sir.
kata depan,
Oh.
kata depan, ya. An object of preposition is, nah sini, an object of a preposition is a noun or a pronoun that come after preposition. Yeah. So what does it mean? Object of preposition. Ini dia. What is object of a preposition? Object of preposition is a noun or pronoun that come after preposition. Jadi kata benda atau kata ganti yang datangnya itu setelah kata depan. What is the example of kata depan or preposition? At, in, of, to, by, behind, on, etc. Okay. To form a prepositional phrase. To form prepositional phrase. Jadi kalau ada kata benda yang didahului dengan kata depan, to form a prepositional phrase. So it become prepositional phrase atau frase yang tersusun dari kata depan dan kata benda. Or we call prepositional phrase. Another sentence, another example is, I can give you, if a word is an object of preposition, it's not the subject. Yeah. If a word is in an object of preposition, it is not the subject. Jadi kalau misalkan ada kata depan, kemudian ada kata benda, dia posisinya di depan, that is not a subject, but it's an object. Yeah. It's not the subject. So be careful with that. Okay, so here is an example. After his exams, Tom will take a trip by boat. Tom will take a trip by boat. After his exam, Tom will take a trip by boat. Okay, which one is the object of preposition? The object of preposition is, so can you find which is the preposition here in the sentence? Preposition yang mana ini? Which one is the preposition here?
By, sir.
After. Yeah. After. And then followed by noun. Yeah. And also by. Okay. By both. Yeah. By. Okay. So after his exams, Tom will take a trip by boat. Okay. This one, even though it's in the beginning of the sentence, this is not the subject. Yeah. This is not the subject. Which is the subject here? The subject is Tom. Okay. Tom will take a trip by boat after his exam. Should be like that. Tom will take a trip by boat after his exam. So that's what we call object of prepositions. Ya, object of prepositions. Jadi sebagai objek preposition. The subject is Tom, will take is verb. A trip also an object. Yeah, by boat, and after the exemption is called
Preposition.
preposition. Okay, here is an example. Exercises. With his friend, blah 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 blah, found the movie theater. Okay, so what is the good answer here?
B, sir. B.
Is it B? A, B, C, D? B? Now what is missing here?
Subject.
Subject, sir.
Subject is missing here. Okay, this one is object of preposition. Okay, with his friend, he found the movie theater. You got it? Understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we're gonna do number one. Do you have any question? No? Okay, we're gonna do number one. The interviews by radio broadcasters were carried live by the station. Yeah, the interviews by radio broadcasters were carried live by the station. Is it okay or not? Good sentence or not? Yes? The sentence okay or not? The interviews by radio broadcaster were carried live by the station. Okay, do you find a subject here? What is the subject?
Radio broadcaster, sir.
The interview.
Oh, no.
The interviews. Yes, the interviews were carried live by the station, right? So the interviews by radio broadcaster were carried live by the station. So the sentence is good, yeah, it is correct. Is a good sentence or not? Yes, I think so. Yeah, It has a subject, the introduced by variable caser, and then the word carried, it's the verb, right? It's the verb. By the station, it's the object of preposition. This one, okay? That is a good sentence. It has a subject and also a predicate. Okay, number two. Number two, in the last possible moment before takeoff, took his seat in the plane, in the airplane. Is it okay or not? Is it good sentence or not? You find the subject here?
In the last possible moment, sir.
Yeah. Do you find
Before,
is that
sir.
the subject?
In the last possible moment, sir.
Is that the subject?
Yes, sir.
That's
Remember. So this is what we call what is that?
Prepositions.
Prepositional object. Yeah. So what is the preposition here? In the last possible moment before takeoff. So this is one. Yeah, one phrase. Yeah. And then took his seat in the airplane. We don't find the subject. Who is taking his seat in the airplane? Siapa yang memasang, yang mengambil apa namanya, sabuknya, sabuk apa namanya itu, sabuk belt, sabuk pengaman ya, ke dalam di pesawat itu. Siapa? Kan nggak ada orang yang mengambil di sini. So what is missing here?
Subject.
Subjeknya yang nggak ada di sini. So the subject is missing here. So the sentence is correct or incorrect?
Correct, sir.
Correct, sir.
Incorrect, because it has no subject. Ya, ini mana kan nih his-nya? His nih kembali ke siapa? So his refer to whom? There is no here. There is no person here, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. In the last possible moment before takeoff, took his seat in the airplane. So who is taking his seat in the airplane? No one. So the sentence is not complete. Okay, right now, okay, we still have 5 minutes left and we still have one more subject. I hope you understand, yeah? So be sure that not the prepositional object, sometimes it plays in the beginning of the sentence. So even though it's in the beginning of the sentence, that is not as a subject. But this is a prepositional object. So it's not a subject. Yeah, it's not a subject. Then you have to find out. You have to pay attention. So the sentence needs the sentence something. There is something missing here. For example, there is no subject here, and then the sentence needs a subject. So then you have to check the verb. What is the verb here? The verb need a singular subject or plural subject. If it doesn't matter, his seat, it means is a man, yeah. For example, the last possible moment before take off, Andi took his seat because refer to Andi. Andi is his. Okay. Right. So next is the last. Be careful with a positive. So this is very common too. Yeah. Be careful with a positive. What is a positive? It is a noun that's come before or after another noun and has the same meaning. It is generally set up from the noun with commas. If a word is in a positive, it is not the subject. So it's not a subject again. Yeah. If I have to translate into Bahasa to make you understand, noun that's come before or after another noun. Jadi kata benda yang datang sebelum atau sesudah kata benda yang lain. Ya, and has the same meaning, dan dua kata benda itu mempunyai arti level yang sama. Have the same meaning. Artinya bukan artinya kursi, misalkan table, not a table, but the same level. It's just like an explanation of that word. Okay, understand? You still there, guys? You still there? Are you still following me? Yeah, you understand? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Once again, noun that's come before or after another noun. Jadi kata benda yang datang sesudah atau bis. The position can be before and can be after. Yeah. then it has the same meaning. Not the same meaning is in the same level. Ya. It is generally set off from the noun with commas. Nah, biasanya it's the set off disetting dengan menggunakan koma. Ya. If a word is in a positive, it is not a subject. If a word is a positive, if a word is in a positive, and a positive is not the subject. Nah, kalau kata bendanya yang positif itu dia bukan sebagai subjek, tapi sebagai yang menerangkan terhadap apa itu, ya, yang sebelumnya atau sesudahnya. Okay, to make it clear, here are some examples here. Tom, a really good mechanic, is fixing the car. Tom, a really good mechanic, is fixing the car. Go. Okay, look at this one here. Tom, and then a really good mechanic. Nah, yang dimaksud dengan apa namanya? Noun that come before or after noun itu yang mana sih? Noun that come before or after noun itu yang mana posisinya di sini? Tom, a really good mechanic, is fixing the car. Yang mana yang disebut itu? Kata yang datang sesudah atau setelah kata benda itu? Mana sih kata yang datang setelah kata benda itu? Yang mana dia?
A really good mechanic, sir.
That's right, a really good mechanic. Yeah, it can be a really good mechanic. Tom is fixing the car. So this can be here after Tom, and it can be here before Tom. But again, it's not as a subject. It's not the subject. Okay, it's not the subject. Jadi kalian harus fokus kepada Tom. Why we have to focus on Tom? Biasanya pertanyaan itu, normally the question yang akan ditanya itu adalah kata kerja di sini nih. Is atau are atau has taken atau have taken, ya, atau something others. Nah, sini nih, ya. So again, that a complex sentence must have a subject and verb. Ya. So Tom is the verb, and what is the verb? Tom is the subject, and what is the verb here?
Yes, sir.
Is fixing, ya. Is fixing. So ini kamu tidak usah bingung. Ini adalah the phrase that explain Tom. Ini yang dimaksud dengan yang mempunyai arti sama. Mempunyai arti sama itu ya orang yang sama yang ditunjuk. Tom, ya a really good mechanic itu siapa? Ya Tom. Understand? Tom, a really good mechanic, is fixing the car. Nah, biasanya itu dibuatnya itu ditulisnya itu menggunakan koma and koma. Ya, a positive it use koma. Misalnya lagi Tom, koma, a really good mechanic, comma, it's fixing the car. I hope you understand. Or you can say a really good mechanic, comma, Tom is fixing the car. Ya, a really good mechanic, comma, Tom is fixing the car. Yang subjeknya siapa? Tom is fixing the car. It's still Tom. Jadi ini nggak usah dipikirkan. This is what we call a positive. So the question it sometimes is asking about the verb here. Ya, yang biasa pertanyaan itu muncul menanyakan kata kerja yang pas di sini apa. Okay, another example is Sally, the best student in the class, got an A on the exam. So which one is the positive here?
The best student
In the class.
Yeah, the best student in the class. Yeah, Sally, the best student in the class, got an A. What is the verb here?
got, sir.
Got ini kepunyaan siapa? Belong to whom?
Sally.
To Shelly.
Not belong to the best student in the class, but God belongs to Sally. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now exercises. Okay, so the exercise is question number 1 and number 2. So what is your answer? Blah, blah, blah. George is attending the lecture. Okay, what is the answer? A, B, C, or D?
D, sir.
D. The answer is D. Ya, okay. George, my friend ini menerangkan tentang siapa sih George itu? Oh, George itu my friend. Ya. So my friend George is attending the lecture. Ya, my friend George is attending. Ini salah ini ya. Komanya nggak di sini harusnya. Komanya di sini ya. My friend, comma, George is attending the lecture. Or it can be my friend, comma, siapa sih my friend itu? Oh, George is attending. Jadi yang maksud di sini adalah my friend. My friend is attending the lecture. Siapa sih my friend itu? Oh, George. It can be so George is the appositive ya. Understand? Kalau komanya di sini dia kasih koma di sini, koma, kemudian di sini koma, berarti yang menjadi appositive adalah si George. Oke. Tapi kalau di sini koma, di sini nggak koma, berarti yang appositifnya adalah yang di sini. You got it? Understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, number 2.
A, sir. A.
What
Yes,
is
sir.
the answer A?
An
What is the
excellent
answer A?
basketball
Excellent
What
player.
is the answer number 2?
Yes, sir.
A, sir.
A?
Yes, sir.
Why? Kenapa A coba? Ya, yang bentuk daripada frase kan adalah option A ya kan. Coba B coba. Look at B. An excellent basketball player is. Nah, di sini ada is. We have is ya. It means double
Double
verb.
verb.
Double verb. It's not possible then. Okay, because it's comma here. So is-nya kemana larinya? Number C, option C, Sarah is an excellent basketball player. So what is here? What happened here?
Double subject and double
Double sentence ya. Ada double sentence ini. Sarah is an excellent basketball player. Sarah really miss also. Berarti di sini kita menggunakan conjunction ya. Sarah is excellent basketball player and she rarely miss her basketball shots ya. Berarti ada conjunction lah, ada kata penghubung berarti di sini karena di sini ada dua kalimat ya. Dua kalimat di sini harusnya ada kata penghubung. Ini kan nggak bisa di koma begitu saja. Bisa and, bisa or, bisa other conjunction. So C is wrong. D, her excellent basketball play. Is it good? What happened with option A? D. Nggak nyambung ya. Her excellent basketball play.
Play-nya noun, sir.
Playnya noun, that's right. Ya, jadi ini nggak nyambung ya. Alright, so right, the answer is an excellent basketball player. So an excellent basketball player is a positive. Coba bedakan antara question number 1 and question number 2. Which is the oppositive and which is the subject? Number 1, coba kamu analisa. Number 1 ini siapa yang positif, number 2 siapa yang opositif? Bedanya di mana? So what are the difference? Can you? Bisa nggak? Nomor
The
1,
scope.
siapa yang opositif? Who is the oppositive? Which is the oppositive?
My friend, sir.
George, sir.
George. George yang opositif. Kenapa George yang opositif? Why? Ini ada koma di sini. Ya kan? Berarti my friend-nya di sini sebagai
Subject.
The subject is my friend. George-nya sebagai opositif. Yang number 2.
An excellent basketball
An excellent
player.
basketball player,
Opositifnya
sir.
siapa?
An excellent basketball.
Ya, an excellent basketball player is the oppositive. Karena Sarahnya ini sebagai
Subject, sir.
subject. Alright, so there are 3 topics that we learned today. And this question is very common that you will find in any kind of question when you are doing a structured test or exams. I hope you understand. Okay, thank you very much for joining our class today. If you have a problem, and feel free to ask, or you can go back again to our. I'm gonna post or publish this video or our teaching today on YouTube, so you can go back there if you have a problem. You may ask me a question. Okay. Hope you understand. Thank you very much for joining our class today, and have a nice day. Thank you. We close by reciting Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.